So far we've been talking about how much of the original design of this house is still intact, but we're in a space now where this is a different story. So we're in the kitchen. Kitchens are often the spaces that have been most renovated over time. Kitchens and bathrooms, just because of technology, the evolution of taste. We wouldn't expect to see an original circa 1899 kitchen in this house. We do see a kitchen that served a purpose, and I'm sure it was very thoughtfully designed and was great for its lifespan, but its lifespan is now over.
It is very much over. And, I think this was done in a way to be very utilitarian and not beautiful and not really seen and celebrated the way we tend to view and use our kitchens today.
Although I have to say, they did seem to be somewhat thoughtful about the wood and the paneling on the cabinets. Some of the cabinets may actually be recycled from the original kitchen. There's glue chip glass. So that is original glass. I looked it up because I wanted to know the technical term for it. We see it in the transom over the door. We see it on that exterior door that we think was moved from this location, and also in the butler's pantry. So that may be part of the original kitchen, but it's been reconfigured and you're right, it's not what we imagine a beautiful functional kitchen to be like in the 21st century.
Yeah, very much not the heart of the home. I love that detail about the glass that you just mentioned, though. That's incredible. This, for going forward for all of us as a team, it's going to be really interesting to see where we land with this space. It's not it's not intuitive, it's not obvious. We have behind us a wall of many doors.
Many doors.
Some of them are pantry space, so could imagine
another triangle closet.
Another triangle closet. You could imagine figuring out how to take some of that space back, but some of these doors hide things that are special.
I love a back staircase.
A back staircase. That's such an incredible detail and something that we would definitely not want to lose in this house.
Yeah, I think just the idea of a service stair that is private just for the owners of the house to come from upstairs directly into the kitchen. It's a really important, just historically, connection point between different parts of the house. And then over here, we've got yet another staircase. This one goes down to the basement. I have to say, I could probably be a little bit more flexible on this one, because if we do need more footprint in the kitchen, I could see taking some of this space and relocating the basement stairs.
But we'll hold on to the
Yes,
service
thank
stair. Non-negotiable.
Right. These panel doors with
Even
the
the hardware.
porcelain knobs
Yeah.
and these locks. Just fantastic integrity in this house. So we know this is a relatively recent vinyl tile floor. And then under that, it looks like there's another generation of some kind of linoleum.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to peel this back and see what's underneath there.
See what we find underneath.
Yeah, but we're going to have to address some continuity issues with the other floors, which are original, and we don't want to change those.
Absolutely, and you can see that this one is built up from the breakfast nook, so it will be great to start by peeling this back and seeing what's underneath.
Right, maybe some areas under the cabinets that haven't been covered.
Give us some clues.
Speaking of clues, like these hinges, so that's where that door was relocated from.
Yeah.
And so this would have been the exterior. There would have been some kind of screen door here. And then this would have gone into an open air porch. This porch, which was enclosed, which, the clients had the legitimate question about whether we should keep this as interior footprint and try to integrate it into the kitchen floor plan, which maybe. But that's going to be a whole question about, insulation and, there's a difference in floor
Exactly.
level. So that's another kind of design challenge. Like, what kind of functional space can this be? Should it just be restored to being an open air porch? We take that door, we put it back where it was originally.
And I would imagine if we were to take that approach, that this would be the day-to-day entry. You know, you come, you park behind the house, you come in this way. So I could see it functioning really well as restored to its sort of original function as a sweet back porch. And we figure out how to solve as you come in for the things that happen on the day-to-day. Where do you drop your stuff? Where your keys go? Where's your purse go? And just let this live as a porch and not sort of a pseudo mudroom or whatever function it had prior.
Yeah.
One of the things that really strikes me in this kitchen in a good way is that nobody ever tried to change or alter the dimensions of the original windows. The sill height's nice and low, the windows are nice and tall. I think that's something we're going to need to work with, as opposed to thinking about running a counter in front of them and then changing that historic proportion.
Yeah, again, like balancing the historic integrity with the functionality that we need. And I know that that the clients would like some kind of island, which is so functional, and I love an island. But figuring out how to fit that into the footprint and still get enough cabinet space and countertop and all of that. For, we're going to need appliances.
Yeah.
Where's the refrigerator in this kitchen?
It's actually hiding around the corner outside of the kitchen.
Well, I was wondering, like, where does this door go? And, it's this shallow closet, like another pantry closet, but I think there's something on the other side.
Sure is.
Well, it's a classic move. I've done this in my house, too, because, if you don't want that big hulking refrigerator right in the middle of your kitchen, you can find other places to tuck it in. And in this case, they did it in this beautiful butler's pantry.
Yeah, I feel like this pantry is so special.
Yeah.
This built-in component.
Again, with the glue chip glass.
And the hardware.
Yeah.
That needs to be celebrated. And we'll find a much more elegant spot and functional for the fridge. The reality is there's a ton of storage in here.
Right.
So from a where do we put things standpoint in the kitchen, this pantry is going to offer a lot of function.
I think that this would have been, again, an item, like a furniture item that was purchased and maybe not custom built for this space, because we kind of see how it's like sort of scooted up against the wainscoting, which may go behind it, but I think it is an original feature. It's got that glue chip glass that gives some, privacy, so not everybody's going to see like what brand of soup you use. But this is definitely like a service space. So between the kitchen and then the formal hall is on our right, and the dining room is straight ahead. And you've got more of these built-in cabinets here, so even more storage.
Even more storage.
This
What
is
is this?
the inclinator. So we've got a real elevator in this house. From my research, the inclinator was not invented until the 1920s. So not an original feature, definitely a historic feature, and probably very functional. These clients don't see it as functional for them, so we probably will be taking this out. But I think that also does open up some opportunities, because on the other side of this wall, of course, you've got the refrigerator that backs into that closet. You've got the basement stairs here. So maybe there's an opportunity to open up here and create some connection between the butler's pantry, which again, I think we definitely want to preserve the sense of a butler's pantry.
Absolutely.
But have it feel more connected to the kitchen and have that be kind of a more open space.
Yeah, and I think if the kitchen footprint, the kitchen proper, had more square footage, we wouldn't necessarily even have the pressure on the butler's pantry to open it. But because the kitchen square footage is so petite, we're going to need to get very creative with how we create a functional kitchen and still stay respectful to all the rooms around it. Because the idea of coming in here and taking down walls and pulling spaces apart like we might normally do when there isn't so much character it's not something that we want to consider in this house. So
Yeah.
being very mindful of the puzzle pieces, as I like to call them, and figuring out how to move things around to get the functionality and keep the integrity, and ultimately have a kitchen that's very much responding to everything around it. Very beautiful, very functional, and also of this moment.
Yeah, absolutely.